Okay. Hi everyone. Today I'm going to be giving a presentation about effective leadership. And so I'm sure all of you guys want to learn how to be great leaders. And so we can go ahead and get started. Okay. As for introductions, my name is Jaslynn, and I am currently a third year majoring in public health. And currently I am the Special Programs Director for the Citrus DLT, and I previously served as the Membership Development Education Chair, as well as the Arts and Design Chair. And then with me, I have Douglas Shimizu. Sadly, he cannot make it today, but no worries. I will be helping him out giving this workshop. And a huge shout out to Doug for creating these slides. And a little bit about him is that he is a computer engineering major. Fourth year proficiency held in the past is that he was district secretary, Citrus Lieutenant Governor, club secretary, FTC, Campfire Skits, and Challenge Acts chair. Okay, so we can dive right into the leadership qualities. So then that'll be like our roots. Okay, communication. Communication is the ability to share information with others, so like by speaking, writing, or through other mediums. It allows you to know when and how to ask questions. So this could be towards an advisor, a mentor, or maybe like a board officer. And so you can ask them maybe like tips about event planning. So like maybe how to book a location, how to like organize carpool, or maybe how to like promote the event so that all of your members are well aware about it. And then communication also involves knowing how to read body language and facial expressions. So then this can be during a club rush and you're trying to recruit new members for your club. And so you're going to be interacting with like many different people with like various like personalities and just like different like communication like styles. And so you may meet someone who is more shy, introverted, or quiet. And so you would want to like approach them in a more like careful and like calming way, just so that you don't scare them and overwhelm them too much. And then other people you might meet maybe like energetic, like upbeat, and like very like loud and like outgoing. And so I think like in response, you would want to try to like match their energy and just like be excited with them. And then yeah, just get them really like pumped up about joining Circle K, because there's like a lot of opportunities for you to meet a lot of people. Okay, and then communication also involves like working with other people and knowing how to resolve like any like problems or issues. And so it involves a lot of like, problem solving and just being able to communicate with your team members. Next is dependability. Dependability is being able to show that you can be trusted in performing a task well and in a timely manner. So just being punctual, organized, and being responsible. And so if you're working for like a company and you have like a manager, it's important that you can show that you can complete a task on time and that they know that they can trust you with anything. And then I think that can like allow you to be trusted with like more responsibilities and for you to go up the ladder and just have more opportunities for you to find your leadership. And then this also goes into like being able to like manage relationships, assignments, and goals. And so yeah, you want to like build that trusting relationship, whether it be with your fellow board officers or maybe let's say the president and your managers and anyone you can think of and anyone that you're like working for. Teamwork. Teamwork is the ability to work with others towards a common goal. So it requires like qualities such as having empathy, active listening, and having strong communication. And so having empathy means being understanding of another person, whether they're going through like their own personal problem, and they just like need your support, and just being able to connect with their feelings and their struggles, and just having just being like empathetic and being there for them. And then active listening is being able to like listen to the other party without like interrupting them, and just giving like your full attention. And so most of the time they're not really looking for you to like solve their problem, but most just having you there for you to just listen to them is like already like comforting. And just being able to like, you know, ask them what's going on, if they need any help with anything, just letting them know that they're not alone. And then strong communication means having everyone be inclusive of each other. And so you want to give like feedback and suggestions to like any of your fellow board officers, just so that they know what to like improve on, like for any like future events that they plan for, and just seeing what needs to be like changed. Okay. Organization is having a strong, neat, consistent structure in your workplace, tasks, and relationships. And so I know there are some people who like utilizes like a calendar. So this can be maybe like online or like through a phone app like Google Calendar. I know you can like input like any like events you might have into like those time slots, and then they can give you like those reminders to your phone. And then there are other people who might prefer having like a physical planner or something, so they like manually writing it down. So whatever whatever your preference is, I think can be really helpful, just so that you don't like overbook yourself for something and you didn't realize that you had another thing due that day, or like you're going to be busy. And I think it's really helpful for you to like reference like what you're going to be doing that month, that week, just so that if you're planning something, then you know what dates to like avoid. Thank you. And then, so it shows that you will communicate with others in a timely manner and just follow instructions well. You can meet deadlines, take notes, and ensure that projects are completed efficiently. Next is adaptability, which is the ability to continue working towards goals and as teams, projects, management, or environment changes. And so this being able to like be flexible whenever you're experiencing like a change of events. So like in my personal experience, I was previously the membership development education chair, and I was working with my so like the membership development and recognition chair. And so we were planning a winter retreat. It was supposedly supposed to be like in person. And so we had all like everything like planned out for that. But then unfortunately, like due to like the circumstances of like the COVID cases like going up, and just the situation was just really unsafe for like our members. And so we didn't want to like take that risk, just in case if someone does, you know, contract COVID. I think we thought it would be like better that we transitioned it online instead. And so I think with those changes, we were able to like be more like resilient. And so we made sure to have like our board meetings, and then like meetings with each other, just figuring out like what our next steps would be. And so first we made like a public announcement to like all of our attendees, just letting them know like the changes in our plans. And so we did that, and then to give us like more time to be prepared and just like changing the platform, we also decided to push the date to like the weekend instead, just to give us like a couple more days to like get everything together, and then also like notify our activity hosts, because some of the activities can only be done in person, so they would have to like make that adjustment and just like make those changes for that they can be like done online. And so we were able to like work through that, and then at the end we thought we were able to like still present like a pretty successful event, given like the situation that we were in, and just being able to like adapt to those changes. Thank you. Right? So adaptability overall is just being able to like learn new skills and processes like quickly, efficiently, and just with like a positive attitude. Next, we have problem solving. So this means resolving issues quickly and effectively, and just like utilizing the club knowledge and just taking the time to like do your research and just try to find a solution. So this goes in with like risk management. And so let's say you're faced with a problem of whether or not you want to extend your event, just so that you'll give more time for your activity hosts to give their workshops, especially if like time is like running out really fast. But then that also means like your members would also leave a little later. And so they might get hungry, or they just need like some snacks and just sustenance in their system. So maybe like someone on board can just go grab something like nearby, just like our members don't get hungry, and then it kind of like works out, and just like weighing like the pros and cons of whether or not you want to extend the time or not, and just discussing that with any of your board officers, or if you're planning an event with like your partner. So then also the ability to make decisions and display resourcefulness. And so being resourceful means like knowing who to ask for what. So you want to ask like the most like capable and like knowledgeable person, and that person can like present you with any like solution. And so let's say if you're planning an FTC skit and you're looking to make like backdrops or like props like in general, and you don't know who to ask, like you don't know like where to start and how to do that, then I really like recommend you like familiarizing yourself with like your network of people. And so any the predecessors like in the past that have helped with like FTC skits can really like give you like suggestions and just like give you like any like recommendations or like just like ideas of what you can do, and just being able to like work with you through that. And so for our club, we had like our arts and design chair like help with like the FTC skit and everything. And so just utilizing your resources and knowing who's really good at what they do, so like their strengths. And so I think being able to like utilize that and just like knowing who to ask can allow you to be very like successful in what you do. And then also if you're looking more to like find out the day or like the times for like an event or like a service event or something, or like you don't know like where to sign up, then you would more so like ask like a secretary of the club, and they would know where to like direct you like on the Facebook or through like your club calendar. So just knowing things like that. Next is actions of leaders, like the stem of the flower. So then you'd want to act like a leader before you are one. So you would go beyond your responsibilities just to help other people. So you want to like focus like on the present and like what's like the current problem, as it can like allow other people to like trust you and know that you're able to like help them out and just rely on you, and that you're able to like get the job done. And then helping other people succeed. So showing that you're like an active thinker, trying to like come up with like ideas and like solutions for your club, division, or district. And then taking a leadership opportunity, every time it's like presented in front of you, I feel like putting yourself out there can allow you to gain a lot of like personal growth, and just taking advantage of all your opportunities, because every opportunity that's like presented to you can like be like the chance for you to gain that leadership experience, and that can like help you in the future. Let's say if you're applying for a job somewhere, I think you can like build those soft skills and use those skills like in the future in like the workforce and anything. And then just taking like the initiative and being like the best in whatever like role you're in. Next is looking for blank space. So like tackling issues that others aren't willing to solve or just don't know like exists in the club. And so I think being able to like do that and just take the initiative to come up with like solutions with your club and just discussing it and just being aware of what's like the current problem is. So like maybe right now it could be like member recruitment. And so I think with that, you would have to like think of like ideas of how to get people more involved. And so I think one of the big things that we do is like having or like collaborating with other clubs, maybe for like maybe like a social service event where during that time you can be like talking and socializing with other people. And then that's where you can, really talk about Circle K and just like, telling about your experiences there. And then it's just like a good like network system for you to do. Okay. And then last thing is that you want to focus on solving the present issues and not getting like promoted. And so that means like focus on your team's goals and aspirations rather than like yourself. And so thinking about like other people and just like not solely you, and just being like open-minded and then trying to be there for other people. Okay, next is empowerment, which is the actual flower. Okay, so then you want to understand what your team brings to the table. So like, what are their like strengths and weaknesses? So you want to be really familiar with that and really get to know like the people that you're working with so that you can like really put like their strengths into like the work. So what you want to do and accomplish. And so this can be like, if you're like a strong logistics planner that keeps tracks of deadlines, or if you're like really creative and you're really good at designing like backdrops or even like graphics for your club to like promote something. And then also knowing that there are also like communication styles that I like mentioned before in the beginning, and just like different like personality styles, such as like if you're like the analyzer, so you're most likely you're good at like analyzing information or data, or you can be like an innovator, so like coming up with or brainstorming like creative ideas, or like an implementer, so like enacting an action plan and just like being like a go-getter. And then collaborator is like you're really able to like work well with other people. You're able to be like a people person and just like be able to like talk to them and be open-minded to like their ideas and try to like come together and yeah. And then you want to know what motivates your team. So this can be like personally, professionally, creatively, or like logistically. And so by knowing what each and everyone, like their group members are, and just knowing what they're good at, that can really like help fixate on that and just help them shine throughout their entire term. So like tuning into like if they're really good at organizing, or if they're really good at like the logistics of planning an event and just utilizing that to like your advantage. And then you don't want to lose sight of who you're serving. So then in an inverted pyramid, the first priority would be like the members that you're currently serving. So like your club members. So you really want to help them like create any like meaningful or lifelong memories, because those are like the people that you're going to be like working with the most. So like your club members, and then following after that could be like your division, and then your district, and then international. And then you also shouldn't be telling your team to do things all the time. You want to have like an outlook where you're working together with them. So like, let's do this together, or let's figure this out together, like outlook, where not one person is doing everything. And so this can really promote like that teamwork aspect where you guys are here for each other. So this can like prevent any like burnout, because I think everyone is really like familiar with burnout. A lot of us have experienced it, and it's not a good feeling when there's like a lot of stress and pressure like on your shoulders. And I think having that teamwork with you, just knowing that you have people here who are like here to like support you and know that they can be a good resource for you. Okay. And then always remember to have fun. So like life is too short to like stress out like the small stuff, and just knowing that like people are here with you, just have like those lifelong memories as you're here in college, because those 4 years are just gonna go by really fast. And so just focusing on like all like the positive things, and just don't fixate on like your mistakes as much, or like your failures, because I feel like that can get like the best of us sometimes. And just knowing that you know, you are capable of what you're doing, and that everything will be okay at the end. And just some last remarks that I want to like point out for like communication is that, let's say if you're talking to someone who is like quite unresponsive, and so like how would you like approach that? And so I think you would have to like, you know, check out any of their like social media accounts to see if they're like active on there. If they're not, then maybe having like an external like emergency contact, so maybe like a family member or something, because usually at the beginning, if you're like on board or something, they would have like a contact sheet where you would put like all the information in. So then if you're worried about someone, and if they're not really, you know, responding to you, then you know that you can, you know, contact either like a parent or something, or like a sibling. And then you most likely would want to like reach out to them, and if they're really like actively not responding to you, then maybe finding like a mediator, like a middle person, so that they can like message them for you, and just like get them like the information and stuff, because sometimes that helps. And then just knowing that you can like use other different types of like communication, so like through text, call, or email, just knowing like what's best for them. And then yeah, you'd want to like set expectations for like proper communication at the beginning of your term, just so that everyone is like aware of like the expectations and knowing like the responsibilities of it, because it's really important that you communicate with like your peers and just like the people that you're working with, because it can get really like difficult sometimes if like someone is like not as like responsive to you. And so by letting them know about it like beforehand can help, you know, let them be mindful of that. And then, yes, and also you're not alone. So you have like DLTs, so like me, Josh, and Brandon, and Trisha here to support you. So you can always like contact us through like Messenger, of course, or anything like that. And then always remember to like, you know, build that trust with like the people that you're working closely with. So like being transparent to like, you know, like president or any like club members, just so that they know that that they are like your friend, and like you want to be like a friend first before you're like a board officer, so that they know they can, you know, trust them with anything. And then yeah, that's about it. So then I have like my contact information below if you want to like email me, and then I also have Doug's email also on there. So if you want like access to like the slides or whatnot, then I can send that over to you. But I think, what time is it? Oh, we have some time. Okay, so then I was debating if I should do like an icebreaker, but I guess we can do it like at the end. Yeah. Okay, so then you can turn to like a partner or someone and just ask them, like, what's the best advice you've ever like given to someone? So you can share that with. Like any advice that you have given to someone.
Best advice.
Yeah, what's the best advice you've ever given to someone?
Okay. I mean, I'm not good at this either. I tell people YOLO because you really do live life to the fullest. You know, it's not sweet, but have fun, because we are here not for a long time, but for a fun time. That's it.
Yeah.
Now, what's your best advice, you guys? That is true.
Or any like advice you've received?
Oh,
Received?
okay. I can do receive. If people care, they'll make the time.
Oh.
Okay, that is true. I feel like we're going on like Tumblr era.
think what I've been going by lately is just focus on your own path.
You're still searching? You actually on Tumblr right now?
She's trying to find the right one. Then your strongest excuse.
Ooh.
Thank you, repeat that one more time.
Be stronger than your strongest excuse. See, I am a major procrastinator, so I will make an excuse for everything, but I have to be against that, because procrastination is not fun. Josh knows, last night was not fun. Yeah, and that's okay. Don't be hard on yourself if you do procrastinate, because it is, she's like Oprah. It is a natural part of life. We do make excuses because we do have some fears instilled in us, and that is okay. Because ultimately they will face it. Yes.
Yeah, kind of relating to that, like something I remember about procrastination is like when you procrastinate, you're sort of taking the time away from being the person you want to be.
Oh, that's
So this means I'm not procrastinating.
What is the best advice you've ever received or given, Jaslynn?
Oh my gosh, okay, let me think. I think not being afraid, because life is too short to always be scared to not do anything. And I think being ambitious is really good for you to like, get out of your comfort zone and just being able to like go.
Now our LTG Brandon Tran. Sir, yes, sir. What is the best advice you've given or received? Best advice.
I was just I said, I don't. What's the context of?
It's just in general, you know?
That's I think so.
It's okay. We need some time to think, and that is our best.
She's trying to make it.
Okay, let's see. What other questions do you may have for icebreaker?
The other room is Pokemon Go. What? They're gone too.
Okay, who plays Pokemon Go inside this room?
I used to.
For what?
Do you play Pokemon Go?
No, I used to see my mom
Jaslynn,
drive me around the park. So I could get everything.
I know the same boat. I don't say as much. I used to, but I kind of lost it.
She just makes like 4 right turns. That's really like.
Well, right here, so you get-
But did you stop starting?
That was great. I didn't have transition.